This is where manga comes to talk. So just celebrating this morning Trump's passing of the big, beautiful bill. And, you've just, a lot of times what you see in the news cycle isn't what really is happening. And people put too much into this. I'm getting on the highway here. Hold on. They're here in Florida, as of July 1st, there's a whole bunch of new traffic laws. And most people don't even know them, so you got to be very, very careful. Okay. I'll probably mention them on the air today for some of our Florida listeners, because there's some pretty strict traffic laws that they passed and didn't bother to tell anybody. Anyway, let me get back to it. So, Trump's strategy, and I'm going to open with this at 6, guys. So those of you that watch me here early on the way in, you get a sneak preview. I was watching the live coverage this morning of the passage of the big, beautiful bill. I was watching it on CNN. They're physically ill over there, right? And what you've been hearing a lot lately is, oh, this bill is terrible. It doesn't have anything in it Trump wants. It's got this in it. It's got that. And you're hearing some vocal conservatives come out against it. Some of them are real MAGA, okay? So what's going on here? It's so simple, and and I'm going to explain it to you. This is what I want to open with at 6 a.m., guys. People with their Trump derangement syndrome have lost their ability to logically think and give analysis of situations. That Trump derangement syndrome is a brain thought blocker. And they see everything literally. They lose everything. Their sense of reason, their ability to analyze. They lose their sense of humor. It's just, Trump derangement syndrome's got a lot of destructive things to it. One of the reasons that President Trump, all right, he hasn't been very vocal about the bill other than pass it. This bill has everything Trump wanted in it, and probably a lot more. And he's been running a psych ops with the Never Trumpers and the Democrats and the media, with them thinking that he's not getting what he wants, that he's losing here, he's losing there. Because if he comes out and starts fighting openly, and it appears that he's winning something, it's going to make it harder for him to get it passed. So President Trump had to make these Never Trumpers and Democrats think that they've won something here with President Trump, when in fact they just lost. The big, beautiful bill is exactly what Trump wanted and a lot more. I'm telling you. And we're going to find out about it. Probably not today. It's a holiday weekend, 4th of July. Next week or the week after, President Trump's going to sign the bill into law right away. But after the weekend, maybe the week after, Trump will start telling us, and some of the White House spokespeople will start telling us all the things that are in this bill that we got that no one's been talking about the last couple of weeks. And you're going to find out that Trump won big time, bigly. So this is my first time really being on the highway in the month of July here, and we have all these new laws in Florida involving driving. One of them is that if you get a ticket going over 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, it's an automatic court appearance. So you don't want to mess with that one, because who wants to go to court for traffic tickets? So if you're going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, an automatic court appearance. You just can't pay the ticket online or anything. You can't even plead guilty. You got to go to court in front of a judge. So that sucks. If you go 50 miles an hour over the speed limit or over 100 miles an hour, it's a criminal charge now in the state of Florida. 30 days in jail, first offense. You can serve 30 days in jail on your first offense. It doesn't mean you will. Second offense, 60 days, and your license is revoked, which is worse than suspended. And there's a bunch of other traffic laws, too. Nobody knows these laws because they passed these laws and didn't tell anybody. So there's also no more carpool lanes in the state of Florida, even though the signs are still up. No more carpool lanes. They call them HOV lanes, high occupancy vehicle lanes. So we have no more carpool lanes. Anybody can drive in the former carpool lanes. So that's good news. But gotta watch my speed. I don't want to be speeding. I don't want to get that. I don't want to get a ticket, and I don't want to get an automatic court appearance. So the big beautiful bill is passed. I had no worries about that. You know, people following this day after day. You know, a lot of very self-important influencers online have been talking about it in the tiniest little details, going over it. And I haven't been doing that because I knew that it would pass. I know that Trump always gets his way. And we got nothing to worry about here. I'm heading to the radio station today. I got to do the show from the radio station this morning, not my home studio. And got a very exciting 4th of July weekend here planned, so I'm excited about that. So since today, you know, tomorrow's a big holiday, 4th of July, I'm going to make today, Thursday, Open MAGA Mic Thursday. Usually the open phones are on Friday. We're going to make the open phones today, Thursday, since tomorrow's a holiday. I'm probably not going to do the radio show live tomorrow. I'll stream on YouTube, no doubt, but I'm not going to do the radio show live tomorrow for 3 hours. I got to take a little bit of a rest, right? But I'll be on YouTube tomorrow morning. So we'll move Open MAGA Mic Friday to today, Thursday. Anything and everything on your mind's fair game on the program. You don't have to talk about anything I bring up. But Trump always wins. Nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. He won like he always does. Well, obviously this guy that just passed me does not know about the new rules in Florida because he's going pretty fast. Nobody knows about these new driving rules. I just follow the news so closely, I know them. There's a bunch of others too, oh my goodness. 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, automatic court appearance on that ticket. 50 miles an hour over the speed limit, 30 days in jail. Over 100 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour or more, that's 30 days in jail too. So that's a big one for a lot of people. I see a lot of people going over 100 miles an hour on I-95 and the Turnpike. 30 days in jail, first offense. Second offense, 60 days in jail. And your license is revoked, not suspended, revoked. That's worse than suspension. I don't even know what the process is after it's revoked to get it back. That's got to be something. So we'll see if the cops enforce it. Do cops like going to court? I don't think so. I don't know. But I'm not too crazy about this mandatory court appearance though on these tickets. But it will keep me going the speed limit. If you're new, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure that you subscribe. I'm heading to the radio station. Going to stop off first and get my coffee. But don't let anyone try to convince you that Trump did not win here. When has Trump not won? He always wins and he's always right. So don't worry. The bill's not a loser bill. Democrats will try to portray it that way. Or Trumpers will try to portray it that way. And Trump let them think that. Trump is so smart and so patient. He knows how to manipulate these lunatics in Washington. They're so predictable. Welcome, everyone. Subscribe if you're new. So many people have been panicked over this bill. I mean, one of the things with Trump, with Trump in the White House, I just don't worry about things involving the government or the country in general, because with Trump in charge, you've got nothing to worry about. He's got everything under control. And I find life to be a lot less stressful with Trump in the White House. Don't you? Now, the problem with these new laws of the road are when you're passing. So when you go for the pass, don't hit 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. If you get a ticket, you got to go to court. And who wants to do that? That sucks. I haven't been to traffic court. I haven't gotten a ticket in years, but I haven't been to traffic court in so long. Welcome, everyone. Heading to the radio station. I'm on I-95. Not too much traffic. There's usually a lot more traffic, but I guess a lot of people are probably off today. It's nice that the 4th of July is on a Friday. I like it when it's on a Friday or a Saturday. When it's in the middle of the week, it's tough for me. The day after the 4th of July sucks. You can't go out. You're tired the next day. You got to go to work. The 5th of July should be a holiday as well. So many people are hungover and everything the next day. I'm going to a 4th of July party tomorrow with some of our cruisers from our manga cruise. And then I might go to the beach to see the fireworks with my daughter tomorrow night. I'm not sure. The beach could be a lot of fun to watch fireworks at. Now, you always got to trust in Trump. I mean, am I the only one? Do you guys feel less stressed and less anxiety when Trump's in the White House? Do you worry less? I do. I see no reason to worry about any of this stuff. Trump's got everything under control. Look at what he's done. I mean, my goodness. It won't be long until we start getting crime stats that show how low crime is around the country because he's deported all these illegals. And also, crime went down during the lockdowns because, people weren't leaving their house, including criminals. And illegal crime is way down because they're afraid to go out. They'll be deported if they get caught. Coming up on the Mar-a-Lago exit. Boy, it has really been raining. It is hurricane season. We're about 3 miles from the Mar-a-Lago exit. I wish the president was here. If the president was here, it wouldn't be raining. The weather is very nice when he's here. It's not raining, but it was raining. I was going to ride the MAGA scooter to the radio station today, but Since it had been raining, I thought it was not a good idea. And it takes a while to get there on the MAGA scooter, too. It's a long ride. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll flip the camera when I get to the Mar-a-Lago exit so you guys can see. Mar-a-Lago is like 5 minutes away from the exit. Watching the road, it's getting into some traffic here. With these new laws, the only thing I'm nervous about is if when I'm passing someone now, so I got to really watch my speed when I'm passing. I don't know why the Republicans put these incredibly strict speeding laws on the books. Ridiculous. Okay, this is the Mar-a-Lago exit. Mar-a-Lago is 5 minutes away. Right there, on the right. That's the exit to the home of the President of the United States. Right there. And then Air Force One parks right here to the left. The next exit is the exit to Rush Limbaugh's. The one after that. You can take that one too, but the next one takes you closer to Rush's house. And his studio. His studio, the Rush Limbaugh EIB studio, is right off the next exit. Miss Rush. You guys miss Rush? I miss Rush. There's so much going on. Wouldn't you love to hear his analysis? Oh my goodness. $5 a.m. and 76 degrees. Mar-a-Lago time and temperature. Oh man, I need my coffee. My wife's best friend made her this incredible video for her birthday, and there's a link to it in the community section of my YouTube channel here. I post things in the community section. There's a link to it there. You should check it out. Really nice video her friend made. They went to high school together. It's a YouTube link to that video. She put it on YouTube on her YouTube channel. It was a very nice video. Very nice. And of course, I got my wife a nice birthday present, and it's arriving today, even though her birthday was yesterday. It just sucks. Don't you hate that? That happens all the time. It happens on my birthdays too. My wife will order me something. I don't get it till a couple days later, but her birthday was yesterday. I ordered her something she really wanted, and it didn't get here in time. But it's arriving today. Sometimes that's better because you get other, people get other gifts, so it makes sure to stand out a little bit, I guess. But I would like to have gotten it yesterday, or had it before yesterday, a lot of people asking me about the walkie-talkie I used in my alligator Alcatraz video. In that video, on the walkie-talkie, and they're not a sponsor or anything, although they should be. It's a rapid radio walkie-talkie, and we have two. I have one. My wife has one. And the reason I got it is because my wife's disabled, and it would be easier to get a hold of me when I'm not home. And that rapid radio walkie-talkie works worldwide. So even when I'm on our mega cruise, I'll be able to talk to my wife on the walkie-talkie. I don't know if it'll work while we're at sea, but it'll work when we're in the islands like Antigua and stuff. And it's amazing how many people on YouTube think they're know-it-alls about everything under the sun, and they don't know jack about what they're talking about all the time. Because a lot of people thought they were pointing something out to me. When I made that video, I had no cell signal on my phone, but I was able to use the rapid radio walkie-talkie. The rapid radio works using cell phone signals. Okay? So the reason that it worked when I had no cell signal is because the rapid radio connects to every cellular system there is, not just one. So my cell provider is, I'm not sure which one it is, actually. My wife handles the cell phone. I'm not sure which one we have now. I want to say AT&T, might be Verizon. I don't know what my cell provider is. So my cell phone had no signal because whatever company I'm with didn't have a signal there. But the rapid radio connects to every cell phone provider. And so it's able to find a signal. Plus, it doesn't require as much bandwidth to transmit as a cell phone does. So that's why I was able to get a signal on my rapid radio walkie-talkie when my cell phone could not. And some people have messaged me and they said it's an amazing video. Walkie-talkie. And the one I showed on the alligator Alcatraz video, I've got it on my hip now. And hold on, I'm going through a turn here in some traffic. And I've heard from some people who said, oh, yeah, but if we have a catastrophic event like they drop the EMP, or there's, or there's a nuclear war, it won't work. Let me tell you, if they drop the EMP, we got bigger problems. Nothing, I'm not preparing for the EMP. I just want my wife to be able to get a hold of me anytime she needs me, no matter where I am, including a place with no cell signal. I haven't connected it to the international yet because I wanted to make sure that it worked well and I liked it before I did that. You got to pay a little extra for the international. It's $50 a year for the whole thing. It's amazing. So the first year's free. Then after that, it's $50 a year, which is pretty reasonable to me. And my wife, and I realized on my cell phone, I really don't talk to too many people on my phone who, I communicate, but it's mostly through text. So I basically talk to my wife, and maybe I have maybe 2 other calls a week that aren't text. So it's nice to have it. It's much better for us to talk on than the cell phone too. That was one of the reasons I went out to Alligator Alcatraz was to test it. I knew they didn't have cell signal because on iMaps, it told me there was no cell signal. In fact, iMaps said because there's no cellular signal to download the maps and the directions before you head out there, which I didn't do. You know, I know my way around, but I was testing the radio too to see how well it worked, and it performed perfectly. It's called Rapid Radio. They're not cheap, I will tell you that. And I know there's a lot of other radios there that are out there that people buy, but you know what I've learned in my life is you get what you pay for. So if you get some cheap walkie-talkie. Now, if you want a walkie-talkie that'll work during the zombie apocalypse when all society collapses, the Rapid Radio may not be the one, but I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that. And I like it's easy to use. You can have more than just two. You know, you can have them like for the whole family, communicate with the whole family, but you know, I just have it for my wife and I. We don't need anybody else on it. When I stop here at Starbucks, I'll take a look at the chat. Got here pretty quick. Took about 40 minutes to get here. I'll take a quick look at the chat before I head in. Yep. MAGA for life, that's right. Welcome. Suwannee County, Florida. From the Suwannee River, yep. It's a great day, no doubt about it. It's a great day. Yeah, it feels like Friday, doesn't it? It does feel like Friday. It does, absolutely. I'm going to keep the feed going while I go in and get my coffee, okay? I'll be right back, guys. All right? I'll leave the feed going, though. Well, that sucks. Oh, these lazy hipsters are late. They're supposed to open at 5, and the employees have not even shown up yet. Right? So I'm going to have to go to another Starbucks because if they're not here yet, when they get here and open, they're not going to be ready. And I don't have time. I got to be on the air at 6. Yeah. They are all late. Son of a gun. So I'm going to have to go to another Starbucks, which is out of the way, It's amazing to me, these Starbucks workers. Yeah, here they are. They're just pulling up. It'll take them 20 minutes to get set up. No, that's not them. They're late. These Starbucks baristas, they're such snowflakes, man. I mean, they're late all the freaking time. The other one I'm going to doesn't open for 15 minutes, but it's way out of the way. It's eating into my setup time. I wanted to, I'm going to the radio station today, so it takes me longer to set up at the radio station than it does my home studio. So my home studio, the live stream on YouTube is automatically set up. I don't have to do anything. At the radio station, I have to bring my MacBook and set it up, and it doesn't take long, but if there's a technical issue, there's a problem. So it cuts my time really close to get on the air. So I got to get back on I-95 and go one exit north. This exit I'm going to, I tell people this all the time. They hear that. Some of the people remember, but this exit that I'm going to used to be where I-95 ended when I was a kid. I-95 ended at this exit, didn't go any further north. It was in the early 80s. It's a weird sight to see I-95 end. But where the exit that I'm going to, this is going to be the hold on. It's called PGA Boulevard. They have a big PGA golf course there. 1 mile. But I was watching, I tell you, these people that were covering the alligator Alcatraz, okay? This was insane to me. This was totally insane to me. On the opening day when the president was there, a ton of people showed up, a lot of protesters and everything. And I was watching some of the news footage. These people are so stupid. In some of the footage, you can see alligators coming out. See, alligators sleep during the day because it's so hot. They come out at night, but there were so many people there, they didn't just wake them up, they were coming out. And these idiots that were out there protesting, it's an absolute miracle no one got eaten. They had no idea that they were surrounded by gators, where they were sitting out there with their, see how much they want to save the alligators when they get eaten by a gator. But a lot of gators were coming out during those protests in front of alligators. What a bunch of idiots. People are so stupid. Liberals are just so stupid. They really are. I mean, there's nothing about liberalism that's not stupid. That's why so many young people are liberal. They just don't know any better. They haven't matured yet. They're uninformed, uneducated, and uninformed. Now, hopefully these Starbucks workers here are on time. Although they don't open for 10 minutes. If I don't have my morning coffee, oh my goodness, that's not good. Yes, they're here. Good. Good, good. They are here and setting up. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'll be able to get my coffee. All right, I'll take a quick look at the chat. I put my glasses. Oh, it's not stupid. It's very smart. Well, listen, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to go get my coffee. I'll be back. Now today, since tomorrow's 4th of July, a holiday, I'm going to make today open phones. It's going to be open MAGA mic Thursday. Usually Fridays open phones. I'm going to move it to today, Thursday, because today's kind of like Friday, right? For most people. All right, I'm Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you on the next stream. Thanks.